What if in the next few days everything changed? What if the opportunity you've been waiting for, the breakthrough you've been praying for, the door you thought was closed forever, suddenly swung wide open? Too often we get trapped in the illusion that nothing is happening, that God is silent, that our desires are far away. But what if I told you that the very thing you seek is already on its way, that right now unseen forces are moving, aligning, arranging every detail to bring your vision into reality? You may not see it yet. You may even feel like giving up. But hold on, because God is about to surprise you in ways you never expected. And when it happens, you will look back and realize that the wait was never a delay. It was divine timing at work. What if I told you that everything you have ever desired is already yours? That the longing in your heart is not a sign of lack, but a whisper from the divine, revealing what is waiting just beyond the veil of time. You may not see it yet. You may not feel it in the world around you, but it exists. Right now, in this very moment, the life you dream of is already created in the unseen. It is not a question of if you will receive it. It is only a question of when, and the timing is divine. Most people look at their current reality and believe only what their senses tell them. They see an empty bank account and assume wealth is out of reach. They experience loneliness and think love is far away. They face obstacles and believe they are stuck. But what if I told you that your physical reality is merely a reflection of past assumptions? It is not the truth of what is possible for you. It is only the residue of your previous thoughts and beliefs. The true reality, the one that is waiting to be revealed, exists in your imagination. Neville Goddard taught that imagination is the only reality. What you see in the physical world is simply the shadow of your inner state. If you wish to change your life, you must first change your imagination. You must dare to believe in what your senses cannot yet confirm. You must feel the joy of your answered prayer before it has appeared. The moment you do, you have planted the seed. And once the seed is planted, the harvest is inevitable. Many people struggle with trust because they are ruled by time. They think, I have been waiting so long and nothing has happened. Or if my desire was meant for me, wouldn't it have arrived by now? But divine timing does not work according to human schedule. There are unseen forces at play, aligning every event, every person, and every circumstance to bring you exactly what you need at the perfect moment. If something has not arrived yet, it is not because it has been denied to you. It is because it is still being prepared. Think of a child who plants a seed in the ground. On the first day he sees nothing. On the second day still nothing. By the third he begins to doubt. He digs up the soil, searching for proof, only to find that in his impatience, he has disrupted the growth. If only he had trusted the process, he would have soon seen the sprout break through the earth. Your manifestation is no different. Just because you do not see movement yet does not mean nothing is happening. Beneath the surface, things are shifting, roots are taking hold, and soon the evidence will emerge. The greatest test of faith is learning to trust what is unseen, to believe so deeply in your desire that you no longer chase it, you simply expect it. You do not doubt the rising of the sun or the turning of the seasons. In the same way, do not doubt that what you have imagined is on its way to you. The divine is never late. The moment you let go of fear and lean into trust, you will see that everything has been working in your favor all along. You may ask, how do I bring this unseen reality into my world? The answer is simple, yet it requires a shift in the way you perceive life. You must live as though your desire is already fulfilled. You must step into the feeling of having it now, not someday, not in the distant future, but now. This is not wishful thinking. It is the secret to creation. Neville Goddard called this asterisk, living in the end. Asterisk, most people live in a constant state of waiting, hoping that their desires will come true someday. But as long as you see your dream as something separate from you, it will always remain in the distance. The moment you claim it as yours, the moment you assume its truth, reality begins to shift. You are not separate from your desire. It is already within you, waiting for recognition. Think of it this way. If you knew, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that what you wanted was already yours, how would you feel? If you knew that the love you long for was already present in your life, how would you carry yourself? If you were already living in the wealth and abundance you desire, what thoughts would you think? You would not beg, you would not chase, and you would not doubt. You would be. That state of being, that inner certainty, is what brings forth the manifestation. Many believe that they must work harder, struggle more, or prove themselves worthy of their desires. But this is a misunderstanding of the law. Creation is finished. Everything that could ever exist is already complete. You are not creating something new. You are selecting the reality in which your desire already exists. And the way you select it is by assuming it is already true. There is no need to force anything. The world is a mirror, reflecting back to you what you believe to be real. If you persist in the feeling of already having your desire, the world has no choice but to conform. It may not happen instantly, and that is where faith comes in. The seed must be given time to sprout. But if you remain steadfast in your assumption, if you refuse to accept anything less than your vision, it must come to pass. Doubt is the only thing that stands in the way. The moment you start questioning, the moment you entertain the idea that maybe it won't happen, you disrupt the process. You must hold firm. You must trust that the unseen is more real than the seen. You must walk through life as if you are already the person you wish to be. If you were already in the perfect relationship, how would you wake up in the morning? If you were already successful, how would you move through your day? Begin now to think, feel, and act from that state, not from a place of lack, but from a place of fulfillment. This is not pretense. It is not about faking or pretending. It is about embodying the truth that what you desire is already done. And as you persist in that assumption, the world will shift, doors will open, and what once seemed distant will become your new reality. The path to your desire is rarely a straight line. Often it unfolds in ways you could never predict, through events that may seem unrelated, or even at times, like obstacles. But nothing happens by accident. Every moment, every encounter, every unexpected twist, is leading you exactly where you need to be. The bridge from where you are to where you want to be is already built. You simply cannot see all of it yet. Neville Goddard called this the bridge of incidents. It is the sequence of events that unfolds naturally, guiding you to your manifestation. But because this bridge is often hidden from view, many lose faith too soon. They expect their desires to appear in a specific way, through a path they can predict. And when it does not happen as they imagine, they assume nothing is happening at all. This is the greatest mistake one can make. The moment you declare your wish fulfilled, the universe sets everything in motion to bring it to you. You are not required to know how. It is only your job to trust. Consider this. Imagine you are standing in one city, desiring to be in another. The train that will take you there already exists. The tracks are already laid, and the journey is already set. But if you refuse to board because you cannot see the destination from where you stand, you will remain where you are. The same is true for your desires. The moment you assume them as real, you have stepped onto the train. The journey has begun. Some stops may feel unexpected. Some moments may seem confusing, but every single one is part of the perfect route. Sometimes what appears to be a setback is actually a divine redirection. Perhaps you lose a job, thinking it is a failure, only to later find that it led you to a better opportunity. Perhaps a relationship ends, causing you pain, only for you to later realize it made space for the love you truly desire. The ego resists change because it fears the unknown, but the unknown is often where your greatest blessings are waiting. What you call a delay is not a denial, it is an orchestration. The key is to remain unwavering in your assumption. No matter what unfolds before you, hold fast to the feeling that your desire is already yours. Do not let temporary circumstances deceive you. The old must sometimes fall away before the new can emerge. Trust that even when things seem uncertain, they are moving in your favor. Most people sabotage their own manifestations by reacting to the present moment, thinking it is the final reality. But the present is only a bridge. It is not the destination. If something unwanted appears, do not dwell on it. Instead, remind yourself that everything is unfolding perfectly, even if you cannot yet see how. Rest in the knowing that your wish is on its way. The universe is not chaotic. It is precise. It responds faithfully to your inner state. One day, seemingly out of nowhere, your desire will appear. And when it does, you will look back and realize that every event, every challenge, and every moment of uncertainty was part of the perfect path leading you there. You will understand that nothing was ever random, nothing was ever working against you. It was always leading you home. Faith is not passive. It is not simply hoping, wishing, or waiting for something to happen. Faith is action. It is persistence. It is standing firm in your assumption, even when the world around you gives you every reason to doubt. The moment you declare, this is mine, the universe begins its work. But between that declaration and its physical manifestation, you will be tested. Most people give up too soon. They assume that if something does not happen immediately, it is not working. But this is like planting a seed and digging it up every day to check if it has sprouted. The seed is growing. It is taking root beneath the soil, preparing to break through. But if you interfere, if you waver, if you doubt and uproot it with fear, you delay what was already promised to you. The only requirement for manifestation is persistence. You must remain unwavering in your conviction, no matter what the outer world reflects back to you. There may be days when it feels as if nothing is happening. There may be moments when circumstances seem to contradict your desire, but your task is not to react to these illusions, it is to hold steady in your belief. The world you see now is merely an echo of past assumptions. If you continue to live in your new assumption, reality must conform. It has no choice. Neville Goddard often said, a change of feeling is a change of destiny. This means that if you can sustain the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you are creating an unshakable future, where that wish is inevitable. It is not enough to simply imagine your desire once and then return to doubt. You must persist in the feeling, again and again, until it becomes second nature, until it feels realer than anything the physical world tells you. This is where most fail, not because the law does not work, but because they do not persist long enough to see it through. They let the evidence of their senses dictate their belief, instead of allowing their belief to dictate the evidence of their senses. But the truth is, the moment you assume something is real, it is already done. The only question is whether you will hold on to that assumption long enough for the world to catch up. There is no need to force, no need to struggle. Your only task is to remain in the state of fulfillment, to trust that what you have imagined is as good as done. When you persist in the feeling of the wish fulfilled, even in the face of opposition, you are proving your faith, and faith, unwavering and sustained, is what bends reality in your favor. Do not let temporary appearances fool you. Do not allow fleeting doubts to shake you. Remind yourself that you are the creator of your reality, and what you assume, you will experience. Every moment you persist, you bring yourself closer to the inevitable. One day, what was once invisible will stand before you, undeniable and real. And in that moment, you will know, it was always yours. It was only waiting for you to believe. And then in an instant, it happens. Without warning, without struggle, your desire materializes before you. The phone call comes. The opportunity appears. The door that once seemed shut, swings open with ease. And in that moment, you realize God was never withholding from you. The universe was never against you. Everything was simply unfolding in perfect order, waiting for the exact moment when you were truly ready to receive. There is something almost magical about the way it happens. One moment, you see no evidence of your desire. The next, it is standing right in front of you as if it had been there all along. And the truth is, it was there all along, just beyond the veil of time, waiting for you to align with it. You see, manifestation is not about bringing something new into existence. It is about revealing what was always meant for you. When your desire arrives, you will look back and see the perfection of the journey. The things that once frustrated you, the delays that once made you doubt, will all make sense. You will realize that every so-called obstacle was actually part of the path. The missed opportunity was a blessing in disguise. The unexpected detour was divine redirection. The waiting period was a season of preparation, shaping you into the person who could fully receive what was coming. God surprises us not because He is unpredictable, but because His ways are greater than our own. We often expect our desires to come through the front door, in the most obvious and logical way. But divine timing does not follow human logic. Sometimes what we want comes through an unexpected meeting, a chance encounter, or a sudden shift in circumstances that we could have never planned. This is why trust is essential. You do not need to know by fact. You only need to know that it is done. The moment you stop doubting, the moment you stop questioning the process, you make space for the miracle to unfold. Faith is the act of walking forward, even when you cannot see the road ahead. It is trusting that what you have imagined is already set in motion. And when you live from this state of certainty, the surprise is not in whether your desire will come, but in the beautiful, effortless way that it does. Perhaps right now, you are in the waiting. Perhaps you are looking around, seeing no signs of movement, wondering if God has forgotten you. But hear this, He has not. Your desire is already created. The bridge of incidents is already unfolding. Every moment you are being guided, even if you cannot yet see the full picture. And sooner than you think, when you least expect it, you will be standing in the middle of your answered prayer, marveling at how perfectly it all came together. God will surprise you very soon, not because He ever doubted you, but because you were always meant to receive more than you imagined. Your only job is to trust, to believe, and to persist in the knowing that what you seek is already yours. When the moment comes, you will smile, knowing that it was always on its way, and in that realization, you will understand. The universe was never making you wait. It was simply aligning everything for the perfect arrival. And then suddenly it happens. The waiting is over. The pieces come together, effortlessly. The opportunity appears. The call arrives. The situation shifts. And in that moment you understand. It was never a question of if. It was only a question of when. God is not limited by time. logic, or circumstances. He moves in ways beyond human understanding, bringing miracles when we least expect them. The moment you let go of fear, the moment you trust in the unseen, the moment you know your desire is already yours, everything aligns. So get ready, keep believing, hold on to your vision, no matter what your current reality tells you, because when God moves, He moves suddenly, and when He surprises you, it will be greater than you ever imagined. Your moment is coming, and when it does, you'll understand, it was always yours. It was simply waiting for the perfect time.